Alright, we are live. We're gonna be covering severe weather, that's currently, as you could say, breaking out across sections of Nebraska and Kansas. Let me know if my mic is working good. But I believe we are live, so we're just gonna wait for a few people to come in here before we get started. I don't know why, but my mic isn't, my camera is not working, so that's not good. um... Let's get rid of that. And then try again here. There we go. Not me to make that so big. Alright, let's get this cleaned up. And we should be good to go. One second here. Alrighty. Looks good. Let's just see if anybody's in here. So I'm gonna pull up stream chat if anybody has any questions. Davis is live right now too, so if you want to go tune to him and say hello or something, then you guys can definitely go do that. But we're gonna be covering here right now. Davis is live right now too, so what's up, Jack? Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know. I just feel like it'd help out the channel to go live. So we're gonna get started here. We're gonna be taking a look at what is going on here across the plains. Pull up Radar Omega. Yeah, I do think that this is gonna be the beginning of active stretch of weather that we're gonna be talking about here across the mainland United States over the next couple of days and even maybe the next few weeks. But we left off talking about our storms in New Mexico. Roswell was actually under a flash flood emergency not too long ago. A few days ago, not like a few hours ago or anything, but everything's kind of pulled out of that area. But now we have some storms moving through Kansas. Now look at this. This was earlier today at 3:09 p.m. So this was 2 hours ago, or I guess 1 hour ago, because this would be in I believe Central Time. All right, we had 1.75-inch hail. I believe that would be near ping pong ball size hail. I think that would be bigger than quarter to golf ball size. Here we go. So, law enforcement is a source here. Barber County, Medicine Lodge, Kansas. We had quarter to golf ball size hail, which is pretty interesting because I don't think we've had that much severe weather across this region. But it looks like some of these storms have actually produced some pretty large hail near Medicine Lodge, so it's interesting to see that. But that's the only hail report we have as of right now. So taking a look here at our storms that we've got that we're tracking right now, we've got one severe warning currently here in northern Kansas. All right, this is to the east of Norton. This is moving out towards Phillipsburg. All right, this is warned for 1-inch quarter-size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. That's a new cell that's developing here. You can see in the past few frames it's really started to explode there with that convection. So we're gonna briefly look at Brandon Kopic. So yeah, it just looks like the sun is beginning to set briefly on this storm. It really actually shouldn't be setting, so I don't know why there was some colors there. Maybe that's an error, but yeah. Then we also do have Nathan Moore out here. Looks like he's getting in on the hail core. So no rotation as of right now, but I could definitely see the storm eventually starting to kind of hook out here, and you can actually see maybe this is some rotation trying to slowly but surely set up, but I think this is this little streak here of, yeah, this is definitely contamination. So I don't know, maybe there could be some rotation developing, but this is still a very premature supercell, you could call it. So still something to watch, but nothing too crazy right now. We do have Storm Chaser Corey Gherkin moving its way up towards the cell. I think what you just saw was a brief view of kind of the back edge of this supercell here. So I don't want to pull up this chasers because obviously it's their footage. I don't want to get copyrighted, but that's pretty much what a very brief look at what's going on out there. So yeah, but those pinks you see there moving towards Phillipsburg, I believe that there could be some small hail mixed in there. So I just watch out for that. Gil Cook, what? Can you tell me exactly when Davis Gritty occurred, like the time of it? I don't know when he did. I think during the Max stream he did. Shortwave lift in northern Kansas, southeast quadrant of the service allows good enough instability, draw, and setup. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think that we'll actually pull this up. I made a post about this on X. This trough is really textbook. So we're gonna actually look at satellite here, but here it is. I mean, you can see the big picture. Look at that comma shape. That is a textbook trough. That you'd actually see that in our spring setups, which is just a little surprising because we do have them. We have one going on right now. But look at this. You got a lot of convection moving in along this line here, and you can actually see these are the storms that were previously producing that large hail. All right, I don't know, but this could be the dry line setting up. I don't know if you're who said that. I think that Gooseman. But Tornado Man 231. I think that what you see here, this line of clouds. I think this is the dry line setting up because you do have your these are your two cells that are one right now, and these are the ones that just exploded on satellite. So I think that's what's going on here, but it's interesting to see this up close. And then obviously back here in the upper elevations, we are seeing that classic snowfall. So this is just a really textbook storm system. Obviously, I don't want any damage or lives lost with this, but I would really like to see how this plays out because it's just a very interesting storm. But yeah, I mean, just the entire setup with this is interesting. The stream froze. Dang it, not again. Alright, Davis wants me to call, so we're gonna call Davis. So yeah. Oh, I forgot I have to sign in. Alright, we're gonna have to call him on my phone. Alright, well, hopefully that's not gonna be too bad. The audio might be a little bad, but we'll have to roll with that. What's up?
Yo.
We are live.
We are live on both channels.
Yeah. I was just looking at the satellite, and you can actually see, I think, the dry line setting up, because you can actually see the two cells that just popped off here in northwestern Kansas are actually right along where this dry line is setting up, so I think that's what's going on here.
Where is the dry line at?
So you see the line of more or less showers than thunderstorms moving through east central Kansas?
Yes.
So let me measure. It looks like about 115 miles to the west of there or so is where we're having a dry line set up, and there's actually a few...
Okay, yeah, I saw this earlier, actually, yeah.
There's a few pockets of precipitation starting to set up there, so I do think that we're going to see some, production of some supercells, so I do think that our tornado threat and large hail threat may ramp up in the coming hours, but right around Hayes, Russell, that kind of area north of there, I think we're going to start to see a lot of cells begin to pop off. So that's what I'm just a little bit concerned about, but you can clearly see the storms lining up with the dry line, the ones that just, the one that's severe warning near Phillipsburg, and the ones that are north of McCook.
Yeah, what's up, Jerry? Yeah, I noticed this earlier. I didn't say anything about it, but this is the dry line here, right by Dodge City, so.
Yeah. Let me know if you guys can hear Davis alright. I know it's not on my computer, so it's not like the exact precise audio, but if you guys can hear him okay while it's next to this microphone, let me know.
By the way, the hail core on the Phillipsburg storm is really impressive. 70 dBZs now.
Yeah, I have a feeling that that's going to be producing larger hail than 1 inch
not on my
quarter size hail. Just got something in my eye.
New special weather statement northwest of Norton, Kansas. Again, that's going to be for 50-mile-an-hour winds and nickel-sized hail. It says that the storm may intensify again in the special weather statement there, so we'll watch out for that, but I think it's mainly just going to be a pocket of heavy rain and some hail.
Yeah, I honestly just think that the storms we gotta watch right now are the one that's severe warned, and then any storm that's gonna pop up south of there.
Yeah. So again, storm chaser Nathan Moore is going into Phillipsburg right now, so he's probably about to get hit with some of that massive hail. So I can't bring up his thing on stream, but I'm gonna look at his feed on.
We're gonna be just fixing up this thumbnail for 1 second, then we'll get right back to the coverage. So if you guys want to go watch Davis for just a minute, then feel free to go ahead and go over to his stream.
Oh yeah, it looks like Nathan Moore is getting in on some of that hail.
Oh really? Is there any accumulation?
No, but there's definitely some falling.
Alright. Yeah, so that looks to me, and also I did mention that I think that just with the structure of it, it may end up becoming a tornado producer eventually down the line. I could just kind of see it potentially rotating, but obviously we don't have a great idea of if it's even going to rotate at all, but I just continue to watch it because it's still on the, it's on the strengthening trend, and I do think that once this moves a little bit farther north, then we'll probably see this try to start rotating.
Again, that's a problem. The problem with that, though, is that this isn't really a discrete environment, so I don't think it's really going to do too much tornadic. Like, these are two supercells put together here. It's not like it's just one storm, so it's kind of struggling, I think, right now.
Yeah. I think if we were farther south, then it'd probably have a little bit of an easier time with the rotation.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely hail on Nathan Moore's stream. Oh yeah, I'm gonna bring stream chat back up here. Everybody started been reading it. Again, chat, let's try to get the stream to 20 likes.
Same with ours.
Yeah, go subscribe to Mr. Storm if you haven't already. I think everybody here already has, so.
Yeah.
Again, this storm that I mentioned a while ago near Osborne is continuing to pop off. It's really just a heavy rain shower at this point, but we'll see what happens with that because it's a semi-discrete environment. And again, this is where all the cape, the wind shear, the instability, all of it is kind of primed right in this area. If we were going to see something, it would be in this area. So I think that storm near Osborne is something to watch. And again, we called that out like 10 minutes ago whenever it was just a little rain shower, and now it is definitely trying to do something there, so we'll watch out for that.
Yeah. But everyone go subscribe to Davis, especially if you are new here. Obviously, subscribe to me for frequent severe weather coverage. We'll start doing that more frequently because we did just start streaming. But Davis has been doing this for over a year, I think, by now. So he's a lot more advanced and stuff, and he already knows kind of how everything works and stuff. So please go ahead and show him support and leave him a sub.
I mean, you've been doing this with me for a while, though, so I think at this point it's pretty equal.
Yeah. But yeah, we're both going to be covering severe weather as we see it play out throughout the year as much as possible.
Yeah, I guess it's been over a year since my first stream. I knew it was in October last year, but I couldn't remember what day, but it's been over a year.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, though, that we're almost into November. I feel like September just started.
I know.
I mean, I'm ready for snow, but I feel like it's going to surprise us when it happens.
Yeah.
Alright, I think I just fixed the thumbnail, so we're gonna get right back to covering this severe weather. I'm not gonna be able to go live for the whole thing, unless this is very short-lived, because I do have baseball practice in a couple of hours, so I'm obviously gonna have to get ready for that. But we'll be live here for as long as possible. And then obviously Davis can take over whenever I leave.
Yeah, I don't really have anything going on this evening, so.
Sounds good. Alright, so just continuing to watch the storm near Phillipsburg.
And I think we'll see a new severe thunderstorm warning for that soon, because the original supercell is starting to move out of that polygon here as we speak. So within the next few minutes or so, we'll probably see a new severe thunderstorm warning for that. So if you're down the line here, right over the Harlan County Lake area, prepare for a severe thunderstorm warning here shortly. You've also got another line of storms coming for your west. So I'm kind of interested to see what happens if these two end up interacting.
Yeah, that is actually something to keep an eye on. Maybe a cell merger there.
Yeah, I think for the most part, though, if that were to happen, actually, hopefully that would just turn this into a big cluster of rain and thunderstorms.
Yeah, now it'd more or less decrease the severity of it.
Yeah. By the way, that storm near Osborne, again, it's continuing to grow in size, so we'll watch that.
Alright, I am just getting my Epic Pen ready, because I hate not being able to draw on my screen for videos and live streams, so...
Oh, I thought you said EpiPen. I was like,
oh,
okay.
Gosh. Bro, that's actually crazy.
An EpiPen.
I'm sure a lot of people don't know what Epic Pen is, so probably everyone was like, why are you doing that? Oh, gosh, my computer might just crash. Oh, wait, no, we're good. Chat, let me know if you can still hear me and see me and if everything works. My stream already froze for Gooseman, so that's a problem.
I will say, considering this is a Mac, which typically... Oh, and there we go. There's that new severe warning. So I'll get back to what I was going to say in a second, but new severe thunderstorm warning, again, this is going to include portions of northwestern Smith and central Phillips counties. This is for quarter-size hail and 60-mile-an-hour winds. So if you're in that new severe thunderstorm warning, which not a lot of people are, but if you're in it and you're somehow watching this, make sure to get indoors. Again, this is an extremely rural area, though. There are literally no towns in this warning that weren't already under a warning.
Yeah, Davis has been absolutely on point, though. He's called every severe warning.
I know, I've had a great day for call-outs, which doesn't usually happen. Usually it's not my strong suit. But...
I think you've literally called out every severe warning in this stream, which is wild. If we see any further strengthening with the Norcator storm, I do think that could definitely, have a severe warning soon.
Yeah, a lot of hail over in that area.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, it's traveling northwestward.
There we go.
I was going to say earlier, considering this is a Mac, which usually are not known for being high-end computers, I think this has lasted a significant amount of time. We've had this for probably 2.5 years now. 3.5 years. 3.5 years, I think. And maybe 2.5. Okay, final answer, 2.5 years. It has been a trooper. It has just been surviving, and it still is run smooth. And again, that's with a lot of heavy gaming and streaming and everything. So this is kind of a trooper computer here.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you've had your success with technical equipment. For me, not so much, but I'm rolling with this laptop, so...
Hey, I mean, for the first, 2 years of my channel, I was stuck on just an iPad, so you'll get there.
But here's that, little regeneration of the, bottom edge of the storm, if you want to put it that way. Near Stockton, there actually is a cluster of showers and storms starting to get a little bit stronger and a little bit more visible on radar, which is on the southern side of the storm. Now, I don't think that's really gonna create a hook echo with this cell, Uh, but I think it's just too weak of a rain shower to be able to do that.
I will say, flooding going to be a
Yeah.
massive problem here over the next couple of hours because this storm is very slow moving. It's very large. We already have over 2.5 inches of rain in some of these areas here, so that's just going to tack on even more. And I think we can definitely see a flash flood warning in this area soon, so be on the lookout for that.
Yeah, honestly, from like Stockton to Phillipsburg. I mean, not obviously not including Stockton, but Phillipsburg could definitely be under a flash flood warning shortly.
Yeah.
Or
And
still,
again, I know I've said it 100,000 times, but that Osborne storm, I'm going to keep watching it. We're now seeing lightning production with it. Again, a ton of heavy rain. Again, we called this out when it was a rain shower 20 minutes ago, and now it's a fully fledged big time thunderstorm here. It's got a really prime environment, so we'll see what happens. It even looks like it's got some wind on the velocity, so we'll see if that gets a special weather statement or something here soon. But this is something to look out for down the line here in like Downs and Conquer City.
yeah, I mean, you can see just in these past radar scans, we'd have to put this back to the 14 frames, but you can really see that the storm has just exploded, taking advantage of that dry line. And obviously, these cape levels are really in the specific region are the highest out of this entire event. So I think that's why we're seeing this new cell pop up. But any rain shower, any cell that begins to try to fire off this dry line, I mean, it's gonna have the opportunity to, especially if it does it a little bit earlier. So I do think that this could eventually down the line become one of our kind of Phillipsburg situations eventually.
Yeah, the Cape right now, actually, interestingly enough, the Cape right now is the highest, like, kind of on the dry line in southwest Kansas. It's at about 2250 joules per kilogram. And again, it's not like a really highly primed Cape environment. That's kind of the lackluster feature here with this event. But again, there's a decent amount of shear and everything else, so things, that's why things are kind of popping off here. And we actually have quite a bit of SRH considering the situation, so.
Yeah, I think I definitely think the kinematics are playing a slightly bigger role in just the development of these storms, but this is just a very textbook trough, and I mean, this is what you get when you get a negatively tilted trough when you put together the kinematics with all the shear. You get SRH values that are high enough. You get cape levels and just the thermodynamics all coming together just help spark these storms. Now obviously it's nothing wild and nothing we haven't seen before, nothing like a springtime severe weather event, but it's enough to spark some stratospheric storms, and that's pretty much what we're seeing play out here across the plains.
Again, guys, I'm going to keep saying it. This Osborne storm, again, it's continuing to progress. It's continuing to get larger. Maybe, another 30 minutes or something before it gets a tornado warning. But I think at some point that will happen. Again, this storm has done pretty much everything we've said it's going to. And again, I think that's going to continue to happen here. So, again, I'd be watching out near Downs, Mankato, Cocker City, Dentonia, Lonia, all those areas there. Or Ionia, however you pronounce that.
Sup Levi, sup Roman, what's up Weston's weather-wise? How's Tulsa, Oklahoma looking? I don't think we're going to see any severe weather in Tulsa. I think everything's going to be north of you. We're really watching out for northern Kansas and southern Nebraska at this point.
Yeah, I'll go as far and say that I don't think Tulsa will see anything at all. Even maybe like a little bit of rain, but I don't think it's going to be anything crazy.
Yeah, I seriously doubt I think everything's going to be north of there. Levi wants mod. I don't know why I can't mute my stream on my phone. Alright, we're gonna have to roll with that. No problem. I'll give you mod, Levi. I don't know how, but let's see. Oh, there we go. Alright,
Leadership. Basketball rotation.
I made you mod, Levi.
Yeah, not a lot though, Kevin. It's not really anything to watch in my opinion, but again, we'll see. I think that again, it's too nondescript of an environment. Not really the best region for this storm to become strong in. And the thermodynamics and everything are decent, but it's not. Again, it's just not discrete.
Yeah, it's all about the kinematics with this, and even with the New Mexico event, I feel like everything recently has just been based off of kinematics. Now, obviously,
No, I saw your message earlier in chat, Kevin, but I didn't think it was anything crazy because you said broad rotation. So
I will say we have a strong cab in Northeast Oklahoma. I don't think that's gonna matter. I mean, maybe we do, but obviously we're barely gonna get even any precipitation up there at all. I mean, it looks like we're seeing precipitation. Okay, maybe some storms, near Enid, west of Ponca City, but nothing down towards like Tulsa and Oklahoma City. You guys will be fine, but just north of Enid at best. What's up, fan railer? Okay. Yeah, everyone new here, please hit the subscribe button. We're trying to get to 900 soon, and then 1,000 by the new year. Let's make it happen. But yeah, these storms are moving their way pretty swiftly here across northern Oklahoma, just across the radar site. Now those will be moving out of the region in a couple of hours probably, but the main event is definitely playing out here across Kansas. And did we just get a new severe warning?
yeah, so that's going to be for southwestern Phelps, southeastern Gosper, Furnace, and northwestern Harlan counties in south central Nebraska. 60-mile-an-hour winds, quarter-sized hail. So if you're in that area, make sure you're moving indoors right now. Near Edison, Oxford, Stamford, Beaver City, all those areas. Again, Arapahoe, this is past you at this point, but this is, again, a severe thunderstorm warning.
Yep. So this is for the special weather statement that we were just talking about earlier near Norton. I finally called my first storm.
There you go. Yeah, this was severe warned earlier, too.
Yeah, so this thing's kind of been on and off.
Yeah.
But that's going to be moving up towards I-10, and we actually do have a special weather statement south of, Gothenburg, Cozad, Lexington. Looks like, a little corridor here, some, towns and population centers, but, that's for wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour and penny-sized hail. They haven't issued a severe warning for that, so we'll probably see that expire, but there is still some lightning production, even some spotty areas of 60 dBZs, so we'll have to watch that, but it really looks like everything south of there is, worth paying attention to. But I also do think that the storm, the Edison storm that just previously got severe warning, I think that is becoming outflow dominant, so I think the winds will be more of a threat with that storm. But again, there is still that hail threat because we do have DBZ values well over 60, so we'll have to watch that. But I do think that we'll most likely see winds as the bigger issue. But, I mean, the Phillipsburg storm is just, it's sitting over Phillipsburg right now, and it's massive, so, I mean, they've got to issue a flash flood warning at least.
Yeah, Kevin, I've never been that concerned about the Phillipsburg storm for a tornado threat. Again, I pointed this out earlier, but it's just not, again, it's two supercells put together. It's not like it's just one healthy supercell. It's a big cluster of storms, which is going to be bad for the flooding, but again, for the tornado threat, not really going to see much. Again, I honestly, at this point, the Osborne storm has a more likely chance of producing a tornado than the Phillipsburg one.
I actually...
Drew, you'll have to explain what you mean by that.
Weston, I'm talking to Davis. Davis does weather on YouTube, and I'm not talking to him on any app. He's literally just in my contacts. Fanrail Arcade, do I think this will escalate into a tornado? I don't. Like I said, I think this is mainly going to be a damaging wind event, and then some large hail with the Phillipsburg storm. I don't know which one you're specifically talking about, but like David said, the only storm that seems to have a decent chance of producing a tornado is the Osborne storm. That still is starting to grow just now, so we still have to watch what that even does. But as of right now, there are no storms that are, look like they're going to produce a tornado, and that there's any tornado imminent.
By the way, guys, we've got some new updates about the Phillipsburg storm, so we haven't been told a lot about it yet, but we now have 6% of Phillips County without power. We've also got reports from Phillipsburg of quarter-sized hail, and
54
a 54-mile-an-hour wind gust was recorded.
Yeah. Alright, so this was actually measured off of Mesonet, so that's good.
Yeah.
So that's 2 miles to the west-southwest of Phillipsburg, Kansas there. And then we have confirmed hail that's falling. So this is at least producing quarter-sized hail. So I think that if you're down by Speed, and then even in Phillipsburg, we may still see some hail. But that was pretty much right in the middle of Phillipsburg where we saw that hail report. So we'll continue watching, what happens here, and we'll see obviously what the storm chasers are going to be looking at. But it still definitely looks like a fairly dangerous storm to watch.
Yeah.
Did the stream thumbnail update? I hope it did. Oh gosh, I think my live is really behind. Yeah, it updated though. Let's see. I think you might go live. Cool.
Who's gonna go live?
Weston.
Yeah, we had storms out here this morning, which has kind of made the environment a little bit more stable. And again, that's also kind of what's happening out here in, Lincoln. Whenever these storms make it towards the Lincoln area, I don't think they're going to do much because this heavy rain is going to stabilize the atmosphere a ton, I think.
Yeah. So this is the storm system that's generating all this severe weather. You can see we were previously talking about this dry line. Still looks very strong here. Perfect comma shape right here. That's a classic setup here for our severe weather. But any storm or shower that develops along this dry line definitely has a potential to kind of explode like it looks like on here. These are 2 cells, or I guess 3 eventually. But these were all previously showers that developed on this dry line, so that's what we're seeing here. But this is the more stable environment here. I mean, you can see that we do have instability breaking through the clouds with the sun kind of peeking through, but we have very stable and non-breakable clouds, if you want to put it that way, here across sections of eastern Nebraska and eastern Kansas. So that's why we're not seeing any severe weather out there. That's mainly going to be some showers and storms. But it's to the west of there where we're worried about potentially some severe weather. So right now we have a slight risk in effect for this area by the Storm Prediction Center. Right, our main hazards today are we do have a 2% tornado threat. All right, that's going out for sections of southern, south central Kansas up into southern Nebraska, including McCook. All right, and then we also do have a 5% wind threat and a 15% hail threat. So actually, SPC thinks hail's going to be the main issue, which probably will be actually for today. And then we have a 5% chance for seeing damaging winds, pretty much for the entire general area.
Yeah. So, again, these storms really are not impressing me at this point. I will say something very interesting. They just now threw the tornado possible tag on the Phillipsburg storm. So, apparently, the National Weather Service thinks that this has a higher chance of producing a tornado than it has at any point in its lifetime. I don't see it. I really don't know what they're getting from that to put the Tor possible tag on there. But I guess if you're in this area, again, look out. I mean, this is probably your most concerning storm right now for damage and winds and large hail. I don't see much of a tornado threat, but again, the National Weather Service went ahead and put that tag on there probably just to be safe.
Look near Speed. I'm like 99% sure that that's contamination, but if that's not, then I think that's where they got it from.
It's contamination because of the hail there.
Oh, okay. Do you have a guess of what category this hurricane will develop into? Uh, this storm system's not a hurricane. If you're talking about Oscar in the Atlantic, Oscar is currently a tropical storm. It's not a hurricane anymore, but this is a storm. This is what we call a trough. It's not really a hurricane, because it moves over land.
If you're referring to Christie, the National Hurricane Center is saying Category 2, but there's a lot of agreements with the models that we actually could see Category 3.
Yeah, so just let me know if you're talking about in the Atlantic or on land, because if you're talking about on land, then we're talking about different stuff here.
Or if you're talking about in the Pacific, because I don't know if you saw, but we do have Tropical Storm Christie now.
Yeah, expected to be a hurricane.
That was from the remnants of Nadine.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
If you're just not tuning in, make sure to like and subscribe. We've been live for over an hour covering severe weather. And things are just not popping off like they could have, which is a good thing. I think for the most part, this has been not really a nothing burger, because we have seen some damage in winds and large hail, and again, also flooding, but it's not been as significant as it could have been, which is good. And again, quarter-sized hail was reported with that storm north of Norton earlier, even though it never got severe warned, so...
Also, be sure to go follow me on X. Did recently make a new X account. We're up to 51 followers over there, so I will be posting more in-depth discussions, really, more than live streams out there. So I'll put the description of that in the, or I'll put the link to that in the description.
So... we may have rotation. Oh, never mind. Let's actually check your past velocity frames. So this could be contaminated, but it looks like we may have a little bit of rotation southeast of Beaver City, Nebraska.
Oh, okay.
So we'll watch out for that. Again, it's hard to say, but...
yeah, let me see. Possibly. It would be very incredibly weak.
And radar coverage has not been the best for this event. It's a shame that this is such a big radar hole, since this is quite a tornado alley, but we don't really have a lot to work with here in north central / northwest Kansas. There's not a lot other than the Nebraska radar there. I don't know what radar you're looking at, Kevin, but it does match up a little bit.
We're at 8 likes here on the stream. Hit the like button. Let's get to 10 likes.
And chat over here, let's get to 20 likes. We're at 16.
Dang, Davis is beating me by a lot. Go subscribe to Davis.
I've been live for longer, though.
So. Yeah. I've got 5 watching right now. How about you?
You've got what?
5 watching. What about you?
We've got 9.
Nice. I'm gonna have to go in a little bit, so we have to...
I am too.
Yeah. I should probably stop in about 10 minutes or so.
Same.
I mean, there's nothing really crazy going on. It's just that we do have some storms to watch at the moment.
Yeah, again, I think that if we were going to see a tornado, it would be within the next 30 minutes. Otherwise, I don't think we have much to worry about there in that specific area.
Yeah. What's up, B-Dog? I think that these storms are really running out of time. You're going live at 6? Cool.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Well, my family just got home, so I'm probably gonna have to end off the live stream here. So I appreciate all of you guys for tuning in. It's been a pretty successful stream, so go head over to Davis's stream for continuous coverage here. And yeah, that's all I got. So thank you all for coming to watch, and I'll see you guys in the next video.